Welcome back to our final video in this vitamin series. Today, we will be discussing vitamin B12. But before you jump in, please take just a moment to like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you will be notified of future videos. Vitamin B12, also known as cobalamin, is an essential nutrient that plays a vital role in many bodily functions, including red blood cell formation, DNA synthesis, and nerve function. It is the only water-soluble vitamin that can be stored in the body, and it is typically stored in the liver. Vitamin B12 is found naturally in animal products such as meat, fish, poultry, eggs, and dairy products. It is also available in fortified foods such as cereals and nutritional yeast. The discovery of vitamin B12, its role in metabolism, and the effects and treatment of its deficiency happened over 100 years in several stages. It was the subject of 2 Nobel Prizes. In the 19th century, doctors observed that patients with pernicious anemia, a blood disorder, improved after eating large amounts of liver. This led to the discovery that a nutrient in liver was essential for treating pernicious anemia. In the early 20th century, researchers discovered that a stomach protein called Intrinsic Factor was also necessary for absorbing vitamin B12 from food. This led to the development of vitamin B12 supplements, which could be taken by people with pernicious anemia who could not absorb vitamin B12 from food. Vitamin B12 was isolated in the 1940s, and its chemical structure was determined in the 1960s. This led to a better understanding of how vitamin B12 works in the body and how it prevents megaloblastic anemia, a type of anemia caused by a deficiency of vitamin B12 or B9 folate. Vitamin B12 deficiency can also cause severe neurological problems such as paralysis and death. Scientists are still studying the role of vitamin B12 in preventing these irreversible neurological lesions. There are 3 natural forms of vitamin B12. Methylcobalamin, best for boosting mental performance, adenosylcobalamin, best for boosting energy levels, and hydroxycobalamin, best for removing free radicals. Contrary to what you may have been led to believe, all forms of B12 supplements are plant-based because vitamin B12 is produced by bacteria, not animals. Vitamin B12 supplements are produced by fermenting bacterial cultures to induce the production of vitamin B12. The vitamin is then harvested and added to supplements. However, some B12 supplements may contain animal-derived ingredients such as gelatin or shellac, so be sure to read the label carefully to make sure that the supplement you choose is vegan if that's important to you. Cyanocobalamin is another form of B12 but is not found in nature. It is a synthesized form of B12. It's safer to stay clear of the synthesized form of B12 because studies suggest that it impairs kidney function. Better to be safe than sorry. Another thing to watch for, some industrial production of B12 supplementation rely on genetically engineered bacteria that produce much higher yields of B12. Others rely on the unmodified bacteria mentioned above. So depending on how you feel about the GMOs, it might benefit you to research before purchasing vitamin B12 fortified products. FYI, the fortification ingredient is cyanocobalamin, which is the non-natural synthesized form of vitamin B12. The recommended daily intake or RDI of vitamin B12 for adults is 2.4 micrograms. However, some people may need more vitamin B12, such as pregnant and breastfeeding women, older adults, and people with certain medical conditions. Here are some food sources of vitamin B12. Vitamin B12 is absorbed in the small intestine with the help of a protein called intrinsic factor. Intrinsic factor is produced by the stomach cells. Once vitamin B12 is absorbed, it is transported to the liver where it is stored. Vitamin B12 can be stored in the liver for several years. Vitamin B12 plays a role in many important bodily functions, including red blood cell formation. Vitamin B12 is essential for the production of red blood cells. Without vitamin B12, red blood cells become larger and less functional, which can lead to anemia. DNA synthesis. Vitamin B12 is a cofactor for an enzyme that is involved in DNA synthesis. Without vitamin B12, DNA synthesis is impaired, which can lead to cell damage and apoptosis or programmed cell death. Nerve function. Vitamin B12 is essential for the production of myelin, which is a protective sheath that surrounds nerve fibers. Without vitamin B12, myelin production is impaired, which can lead to nerve damage and neurological problems. Vitamin B12 deficiency is a relatively common condition, especially in older adults. It can be caused by a number of factors, including poor diet. People who do not eat enough animal products or fortified foods are at risk of vitamin B12 deficiency. Malabsorption. People with certain medical conditions such as pernicious anemia, celiac disease, and Crohn's disease may have difficulty absorbing vitamin B12 from food. Medications. Certain medications such as proton pump inhibitors and metformin can interfere with vitamin B12 absorption. The symptoms of vitamin B12 deficiency can vary depending on the severity of the deficiency. Common symptoms include fatigue, weakness, shortness of breath, pale skin, numbness and tingling in the hands and feet, constipation, diarrhea, loss of appetite, weight loss, depression, confusion, memory loss. Vitamin B12 deficiency is treated with vitamin B12 supplements. The type and dosage of vitamin B12 supplements will vary depending on the severity of the deficiency and the underlying cause. The best way to prevent vitamin B12 deficiency is to eat a balanced diet that includes plenty of animal products, fortified foods, or supplementation. People at risk of vitamin B12 deficiency, such as older adults and people with certain medical conditions, may want to consider taking a vitamin B12 supplement. Well, that wraps up our vitamin video series. Thank you for joining us for another informative video. We hope you are enjoying our videos, and if so, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. Until next time, take care and stay healthy.